talked about when we brought up the Nielsen report for our last couple of episodes, we talked about the themes that came up in that. We're like, well, what is the sample size that this is the themes that keep coming up for Black women and for Black men? And it really gave us pause. We're like, wow. So, okay, so he's got it up right there. So one of the themes that, of course, that Michael and I have talked about a lot, of course, was the Black women and then the rivalry thing, right? And like the sons and some of these things that we saw specific to Black women that were completely, on the opposite for white women and their viewing habits and Asian women and their viewing habits.
Y'all had right next to each other.
Exactly. So it looks so completely different.
Intentionally.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that for sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I really love this slide because in addition to the ratings and the Nielsen homes and panelists that are measuring who's in the audience, right? Nielsen also captures a ton of metadata about the programming being made and the programming airing on your television. So when you go to your lineup and see the description and all of that. So one of the pieces in the metadata that we measure are the content themes that are airing. And so what we were able to do in this report is to say, for the most viewed programs that included this identity group, like Black women in the cast, what was the theme most prominent in the content viewed by the audience? So we're not ascribing, or saying, this is what Black women like. This is when Black women were cast, what do they have permission to play? When white women are cast, who do they have permission to be on TV?
I see. Okay.
When Black men appear on screen, what is the most common way that you are seeing Black men presented in television content? And same thing for our Asian talent. When you see them, what are the narratives that they get to portray as talent in television programming? And the reason why we lined these up the way that we did was to show that even though, for example, representation of Black folks on television, their share of screen time, actually outpaces our, percent of the population. So for 2020, it was around 16% share of screen, more than our population, right? But who we have permission to be on screen is still limited.